I never imagined that our anniversary dinner would turn into a scene ripped straight from a nightmare. There we were, sitting in the dimly lit corner of our favorite restaurant, a small candle flickering between us as he reached across the table to grab my hand. His eyes, usually so warm and reassuring, seemed to glisten with something else entirely. I thought he was just nervous about the gift exchange or maybe planning a sweet surprise, but nothing could have prepared me for his next words. "I need to tell you something," he said, his voice trembling. "I'm in love with your sister." My heart stopped. I didn't even know my twin was back in town. I could feel the color drain from my face as his words sank in, each syllable a punch to the gut. My mind raced, replaying every moment leading up to this dinner, every glance exchanged between them during family get-togethers, every time he asked about her well-being. How long had this been going on? How could he be so cruel? I wanted to scream, to throw my drink in his face, but instead, I sat frozen, a silent spectator to my own humiliation. I glanced around the restaurant, half expecting her to walk in any moment, clutching a plane ticket, an explanation, anything that could make sense of this betrayal. But the explanations never came. Instead, he launched into a convoluted tale of emotions he couldn't control, of encounters that started innocently enough and spiraled into something neither of them expected. He spoke of secret meetings, of shared moments that apparently meant more than anything we'd built over the years. It was as if he was confessing to a crime, yet seeking absolution, as though his honesty could somehow cleanse the wounds he'd inflicted. I felt a mix of anger and a strange, twisted relief. At least now I knew why things had felt off, why he'd been distant, why I was always the one reaching out. As he continued to speak, something shifted inside me, a realization that cut deeper than betrayal. I had been living in someone else's shadow, trying to live up to a sister who wasn't even there. I had spent years in a relationship defined not by love, but by comparison, by the silent competition I never signed up for. The twist, I realized, wasn't just his affair, it was my own awakening to the truth that I had been fighting the wrong battles all along. As I stood up to leave, I felt oddly liberated, like stepping out of a story where I was never the main character, ready to write one where I finally was.